Hey, what's up guys, Steven here. Welcome back to another video, and today we're taking a closer look at Huawei's brand new watch lineup. So let's get ready for the Huawei Watch GT4 series. Huawei has consistently delivered impressive smart wearables for the past few years, and it's no wonder we had high expectations for the Huawei Watch GT4. And this time Huawei really released even more amazing new watches. So let's quickly sum up what's new. Fitness-orientated smartwatches don't have to look boring, and Huawei understands this and released smartwatches that could even win a fashion award. Watches are accessories that should match your style, and that's why Huawei chose classic watch designs and implemented them in the GT4 series in a modern way. There is even a GMT-inspired design, and the 41mm models, they look now extremely luxury. We'll have a closer look at the different models later on. There are two versions, 46 and 41mm. Extremely lightweight with 48 grams and 37 grams excluding the strap, but still featuring up to 14 days of battery life on the 46mm and up to 7 days on the 41mm version. Both versions feature circular AMOLED screens with 466x466 pixels and high brightness levels. The screen, as always on Huawei watches, looks gorgeous and has great viewing angles. Also now the GT4 models support wireless charging, so in case you forget the charger, you can use any wireless charger. The charging time is around 100 minutes to 100%. On the GT series there is no Wi-Fi, but Bluetooth 5.2 with Bluetooth Low Energy support, and on the 46mm GT4, GPS has been upgraded with intelligent GNSS tracking to follow the satellites in the orbit, and this improves the accuracy by 30%. And also the time to find a fix is faster than on the GT3 as well. All the models come with a microphone, speaker, vibration motor and water resistance up to 5 ATM with IP68 standard. So tracking while swimming, no problem. Of course, the Huawei TrueScene sensor has also been upgraded again, and it's now using the Huawei TrueScene 5.5 Plus sensor, which offers better precision and accuracy. It uses the real optical sensor readings and AI algorithms to offer best-in-class results. What I really noticed is how good SPO2 now works. Even if you move, it never fails and gets good and accurate results. Continuous heart rate tracking also works extremely well, giving you graphs throughout the whole time wearing it, so 24/7. It also features Huawei TrueSleep 3.0 to track your sleep. And there is a sleep briefing analysis built in, which is a really unique feature and works great. And also due to the light weight of the GT series, it's also very pleasant to wear the watch during sleeping. For women, there's also now a smart cycle calendar feature, and you can also build a community with other family members to get alerts if something is off with the health data. The UI has been reworked and features now also customizable service widgets to quickly see and set your goals, see your health status, and even track your calories with the new calorie tracker feature, which can help to keep track about your calorie goals. It keeps track about your food intake and also how much calories you burn, and that's a really great feature too. There are also all new activity rings that show your daily progress and goals which you can set yourself, like calories, exercise time, standing time, and last but not least, new watch faces, smooth animations and smoother user experience, and also new medals and achievements to boost your motivation. Overall, it's a really great update from the GT3 series that was already amazing. And now let's dive deep in and let's have a closer look at the watches. Well guys, welcome to the hands-on experience of the Huawei Watch GT4 lineup, and we have here today the full lineup, so this is really special. We have all the different models from 46 to 41mm versions and also in all the different color options. I'm pretty excited about that. So let's have a closer look at them, starting with the gray version of the Huawei Watch GT4. Now the gray version of the Huawei Watch GT4 is really something I would wear to a business meeting. Now it really screams quality with the full metal body, the metal strap. The metal strap can not be opened, but there is a new system so you can easily detach it. So you just press the lock and then you just slide it out like this. There is now a little rail in there which helps you to guide the way back in, and as you can see it's super fast and it's super simple to remove the strap. Now it's a really fancy watch, not only by the looks, also by the material, so it's really premium. And as you can see, it's not completely round, so you have here like a little bit rounded corners here around, which gives it this really nice and bulky look. Now even though it's a bold and fancy watch, it is not a thick watch. As you can see, it's super slim but still features up to 14 days days of battery life, and this is basically what makes Huawei outstanding. And also wearing the watch, even though it looks kind of huge here, it's really thin and comfortable to wear. So the gray version of the Huawei Watch GT4 is definitely under my top 3 of the whole lineup. The green edition of the Huawei Watch GT4 is also a 46mm version, just like the gray edition, but it has a different design approach, and this makes it one of my favorite watches. Now, if you have a closer look at the bezel, you can see it's a GMT inspired inner bezel design with green and white. And I absolutely love GMT watches, but I've never seen that on a smartwatch. And now finally a company was brave enough to release a GMT inspired smartwatch. Now, I really love watches, but with smartwatches sometimes it loses the character. But as you can see with this design, you really get the feeling of a real luxury watch, which is pretty amazing. There are also some really nice matching watch faces included, so if you like GMT watches, you should definitely have a closer look at the green edition. But also the strap is very special. It's a combination of 70% ocean recycled nylon with 30% recycled polyester from plastic bottles. So the outer strap here features the nylon, as you can see, and it's a really magic material because even if it's dirty, you can just rub it off. So it doesn't really get dirty at all, and that's the magic behind that. And here on the inside we have the recycled polyester from plastic bottles, and feels really smooth, rubbery, nice grip. So this is definitely one of my favorite straps too. But then guys, also classic, we have the brown edition of the Huawei Watch GT4, and let's have a closer look. Now, as the name suggests, it comes with a brown leather strap, as you can see, and there is a tiny difference in terms of color to the body of the gray edition. Now, this is a stainless steel body, as you can see, so polished, it looks really amazing, it's really shiny, and in combination with the brown leather strap, it gives it a really nice classic and also a little bit vintage look. So I really love this design too. And then guys, here we have the most interesting design, and I guess most of you guys are probably interested in this design too. So this is the black edition of the Huawei Watch GT4, and there is a difference that is a little bit hard to spot. Now, if you have a closer look at the bezel, then you can see that the bezel is actually like 1mm higher than the actual glass of the watch. Now, on the other watches, so on the brown edition, on the green edition, and on the gray edition, the bezel is basically flush with the glass. So the bezel on the black edition is a bit higher, and it gives you some extra protection for the display. And again guys, this is a stainless steel case, and I really love the combination here of the black bezel here with the metal colors and also that rubber strap. Now, it's such a timeless design, you can wear this for everything. You can go on a business meeting, you can go on a date, you can take it to the gym, you can just, if you go on vacation, whatever, this is a watch I would wear literally for everything. I think it's just really cool. And if you just want a different look, as with all the watches, you can just simply change the watch face to whatever you want to, if you want to have it more sporty or more elegant. And this watch, I think, is an all-time classic. So one of my favorites from the GT4 series. I think actually this is my favorite one, then the GMT, so the green edition, then the gray edition, and then the brown edition. So that's basically my preference. And now it's time for the 41mm editions of the GT4, and I think especially for women it's very difficult to pick a smartwatch that is classy, that has nice materials, that has great battery life. But with the GT4 you get all of that. And have a closer look at this one. This is the white edition with a golden stainless steel case. Absolutely gorgeous look, really great craftsmanship, as you can see. Now the build quality feels amazing. The 41mm display is still big enough to do basically everything. And here it comes with a white leather strap, same great quality like the brown edition, and it just really looks amazing. It's super slim and you get still all the features and the great battery life. Then also, if you want to have it a bit more luxury, then there's also the light gold edition of the GT4, and Guys, just look at this. Now, for all those additions, there's one watch face that really gives it the unique look, and as you can see here with the gold, this just looks gorgeous. There's also the Milanese strap here included, as you can see, in gold, and I think it looks really amazing. Also, Huawei paid a lot of attention to details, so no big logo somewhere, just here gentle. It looks like really classy and luxury. So the light gold edition is really something that looks amazingly luxury for a smartwatch. And last but not least, we have here the silver edition of the 41mm version. Now, the silver edition of the Huawei Watch GT4 embodies a more timeless design philosophy. If the light gold version is a bit too much for you, have a closer look at this one because it has amazing details. Now pay attention here to the bezel. So here you can see the golden bezel here combined with the silver just gives it a really nice look. But also the band here is a real highlight. Now this band is a two-tone steel bracelet with gold highlights. So as you can see here, the steel silver color here with those gold lines, and this one here is handcrafted with over 17 procedures. So this is probably one of the most amazing watch bands I've seen on a smartwatch. So that was basically the whole lineup of the GT4 series. I will now show you the features on the watch I have used, but have a closer look at all the models because this time Huawei really nailed it and they released some really unique and also luxury and great looking designs. Alright, so now before we get started with the user interface, let's have a closer look here at the watch. Now, well, first of all, on all GT4s there's a rotatable crown with a really nice vibration feedback. Now if you press it, it also acts as a button. There's a customizable down button. All the watches have a microphone and a speaker, and here's the Huawei TrueScene 5.5 Plus sensor. So let's have a closer look at the user interface. Now, if you lock it, so that's actually the always on display, and it's bright enough to read it outdoors, and the always on display works really great. Also, it's different than the screen, as you can see, with a different animation. So Huawei did really put a lot of effort in designing the watch faces and the matching always on displays. Now that's basically the main screen. If you want to change your watch face, all you have to do is just press and hold, and then you can switch to a different one. And in the Huawei Health application, you can also download plenty of different watch faces for the watches. Now if you swipe here to the left, you get your smart assistant with here the weather, for instance, here controls also for the music, and there will be also much more in the future. Then if we swipe here to the right, we get the new activity rings, and here you can see your activity records, and you can also set them, so you can set your own goals. And yeah, it's actually pretty cool. You can set here your calorie goal, whatever you want to. So let's go here to next. The daily goal of exercise in minutes, the daily goal of standing, for instance, if you're working and you should stand up for a while. And here then you have your activity rings, which basically tell you how far you are with your goal today. And as you can see, the rotatable crown can be used in all the applications here, basically to scroll here through the features. Now all those things you're actually swiping through, they're called service widgets, and the Huawei Watch GT4 series introduced enhanced service widget design and also enhancing the user experience. And what I mean with that is basically they redesigned it so it's simple to use. Now with just one look you can see a report from your whole health, so you can see your heart rate here in the graph, you can see how much you slept, your skin temperature, etc. And here also there are some more service widgets, as you can see, with calendar, quick shortcuts to calls, to music. So really they streamlined the whole UI to make it as simple as possible. Also here's the sporty card. Basically here you can quickly start a workout like running, like cycling or pool swim or whatever. And it's very easy to use and just saves a lot of time while using the smartwatch. Now if you swipe up from the bottom, you can actually see here your notifications. Now notifications out of the box, really Huawei improved a lot, so they're working really fine. I didn't set up anything, it just pulls notifications from Twitter, from other apps. This is even just a local app, then here Instagram. So really you get all your notifications, and there are also quick replies, and you can set which apps you want to get notifications from in Huawei Health, so you're not bombarded with notifications. If you swipe down from the top, you get all the quick toggles like setting, lock screen, drain, screen on. We have seen that already, so there is not really something new. Then let's go here to the menu. If you use the rotatable crown, you can zoom in and out, and it is absolutely smooth. So as you can see, this is really a fantastic fidget spinner. Now let's have a closer look here at the settings. So here in the settings, this watch does not support Wi-Fi connection, but you do have Bluetooth connection. You can pair FreeBuds to listen to music. Under more connections, there are also some other connections you can connect, for instance, to heart rate straps, also here, for instance, power meters or whatever. So I've never used that, but there is the option to do that. Watch face, always on display, all that can be configured here. Also, I usually keep the option to raise to show the always on display if I just want to quickly check the time. This also saves a lot of battery, and that is working really good. You can customize cards, then display and brightness. I keep it on automatic. It goes really bright, so to check it outdoors, that's not a problem at all. Now, of course, there's the speaker. You can set ringtones, you can set alarms, you can mute it. You can also disable the crown haptics if you want to, and yeah, enable the vibration. You can also set a pin for your watch if you want to. There's also the permission manager. There's also settings for the notifications, if it should wake the screen, what it shows on the screen. So that also really improved a lot. Then here we have the down button, and this is a customizable button. It's the button you can see right over here. And for instance, for shortcuts, if you're using one app quite often, or if you want to quickly start a workout, or even for paying, you can use that button right over here. So you can bind it to anything you want to. And yeah, also there is system updates. So I just did update all the watches. So Huawei is also providing over-the-air system updates for your watches. Now guys, I don't think it makes too much sense to show you all the applications, because there are even extra applications you can install from the Huawei Health application. But anyhow, I show you the most important ones. So first of all, we have here the SpO2 measuring, and the SpO2 measuring on the GT4. This is the most convenient thing ever. Now, I had some smartwatches in the past with SpO2 functionality, but sometimes it was really difficult to get a proper reading. But here you just have to keep your arm still, but even if you move it, it always gets a reading and it works really accurate. So the Huawei TrueScene 5.5 Plus sensor is really, really amazing. Now there is an air pressure sensor included. This is probably important for people who like to go on hiking. You can see here the altitude. So I'm in Vienna right now. That's exactly the 170 meters. That's perfect. There's skin temperature measurement, which I'm actually personally not that interested in. Then right over here we have the health clovers, which I will show you later in the Huawei Health application. Then this is Find Your Phone, which is a really important feature, at least for me. Then there is remote shutter. There's also the application for the heart rate. So it can do continuous heart rate monitoring, which gives you a graph, and it's pretty accurate. Also, it can show your resting heart rate right over here in graphs. Now, regarding workouts, there are over 100 workout modes. The watch is fully IP68 waterproof. That means you can submerge it to water, you can go swimming to it. There's also pool swimming included here in the workouts, and you can even set custom workouts. What I personally use it to is even for motorbiking, to track my routes. This is working really fine, even though there is no motorbiking in there as a workout, but even for those things you can actually use it. Then here you can see, for instance, I went for a quick motorbike ride, and just 6.47 kilometers, not that far, but I have a full graph from my route. I can see minimum speed, maximum speed. I can see the altitude right over here, and this is basically the same. If you would go cycling, you would get the same data, just with a bicycle. But guys, there's also some new feature in there, and this is the Stay Fit Scientific Calorie Tracker. So basically this is for calorie management. So to find the proper balance, what you're eating and your food intake, and also your exercise. So you can put in here your weight. You can choose your goal, like weight loss or to maintain weight, then how fast you want to lose your weight. And this is how it looks like. So it's basically like your personal coach on how to lose, maintain or gain weight. And it tells you basically what you should eat, how much you should eat for your breakfast, and it's basically a smart calorie counter, which can be really useful for people who need some kind of motivation, or who want to actually just keep a track on what they eat and to reach their goals. So pretty cool feature, and that's also something new on the GT4. Then there's also stress monitoring right over here, which I really need because I'm quite stressed. And last but not least, what's interesting is music. It has a full-fledged music player inside, so you can copy music to the watch, connect your FreeBuds, go out running, record your workout and listen to music and keep your smartphone at home, which is probably the most amazing features combined with then those nice materials and also the great battery life. But guys, now one of the main questions: with what app is the watch working? So many people ask me this all the time, and it is Huawei Health. Huawei Health is available on Android and iOS. You don't need to own a Huawei device to use a Huawei smartwatch. I always hear, yeah, I don't have it because I don't have a Huawei device. You don't need to have one. So you can have any Android device or any iOS device, and there is Huawei Health for it. So Huawei Health has also been redesigned a lot. There are frequent updates. It's actually crazy. Every time there's something new, there's so many new things in the app. Now we have a new design right over here with those health clovers, as you can see, basically consisting out of sleep, then how much you move, and also your mood and stress. Here we have also the main screen, which shows you your exercise records, shows you heart rate info, shows you how much you sleep. And I definitely, the last days, I have reconstruction in my house. I don't sleep a lot, so I was trying to keep track on my sleep, and I'm just sleeping 5 hours, 40 minutes. Then you have graphs from your SpO2, your stress levels, the skin temperature. So basically you can also do the health glance right over here, which gives you very quickly information about your health. And if there are some abnormalities, it will actually show, okay, maybe there is something not that good. Maybe you should keep an eye on that or actually see a doctor. So this is really good. A smartwatch is not only there to just, track you all of the time, but to give you information if there is something that is not normal, that's different. And I think in the future this will be more and more important in our daily life to keep track of our health. Here under exercise, Huawei also has some plans in there. For instance, if you're a beginner, you want to start exercising, here are for instance some smart running plans. There's for outdoor run, for indoor run, for walk, for cycling, and it's like courses in there basically for free. So you don't have to pay for that, and that's really cool about it. Then we have here devices. So I'm currently connected to one of the watches, so I have really many watches here. Anyhow, let me just show you. I don't know which one it is right now, but you can download additional watch faces. Now, if you want to, you could have every day a different watch face. Now, there are really many in there, and I can just show you how it looks like. So there are watch faces that are paid, usually between 1 to 2 euros, but there are also many free watch faces. So if you go here to free, you get the free watch faces, which are also really, most of them are really beautiful, but also there are some paid watch faces from some designers where you have to spend a few euros, but you get some really gorgeous designs as well. Then here we have something new, which is really interesting. Now, Huawei TrueSleep 3.0 brings really a lot of improvements that enable better accuracy in sleep tracking, and there's also sleep briefing awareness. So basically it will detect if there are some interruptions in your briefing while you sleep, which can be really dangerous. So also there is more accurate data about your light sleep, deep sleep, REM and awake. So really interesting actually. If you're into sleep tracking, you should definitely check it out. Of course, you have to give some permissions in here as well. And then there is also the app gallery. In the app gallery, you can install new applications on your smartwatch. So there are plenty of applications in there, from streaming services, from navigation, and you can just push them to the smartwatch by pressing the install button. So maybe have a look at that as well, what is supported. There are really many in there. Then the notifications can be configured in here. You can set it for each of your apps, so if you want to get notifications or not, which is really convenient. Then there's also weather reports, contacts. There's also wallet, which depends on the country you're in. So some regions they have the wallet feature, some regions they don't yet. And yeah, last but not least, also you can configure your quick replies in here. So if you want to have a custom reply, you can just type it, and then you have your custom quick reply, which you can just reply with one single tip in the notification. All right, that's basically it. Everything you can do here in Huawei Health. And Here you have your profile, your medals. So as you can see, it really improved a lot. It looks already different like from the last video, and there are plenty of new features. So maybe have a look at that. And of course guys, Huawei Health is also available for iOS devices, so you can install it on any iPhone. Just with the difference that app gallery installing additional apps is not in here, as you can see, and there are some other minor differences. Other than that, the app, as you can see, looks pretty much the same. You have very similar features, but on Android you definitely have some features more, but it's still fully usable and it works really fine also on iOS devices. Alright guys, so we're now here at the end of this video of the Huawei Watch GT4 series. Now the GT series from Huawei watches is actually my favorite line because they have all of the features, they're very compact, great battery life, and now they have really redesigned it and there are plenty of options to choose from. Now depending from which country you are, there may be different models available for the start, but I will put for you more information down below in the description, so just go to the official Huawei website where you can find which model is available in your country for the release. So as always guys, big thanks for watching this video. If you have any more questions about the Huawei Watch GT4 series, then make sure to write a comment down below and I will try to answer as soon as possible. As always guys, big thanks for watching. I'm Steven from Tech Magnet and I'm signing out. Bye.